Welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. This is Ron with Big Wizard TV, bringing you some racing action from Watkins, Glen International Speedway. We are running IndyCar and GTE tonight. We're just in the end, a few minutes, well, about 15 minutes left in the practice session. We've got quite a battle going on here tonight with Brandon and Philip, and hey, we got a new guy in the mix on this high speed as we watch one of the I think that was Chris Springer's IndyCar going over. But the IndyCar group is now going to be a little more intense. Looks like Philip and Brandon and Charles all right there together on the top speeds. Running in that class. Tim Allman, John Cannizzaro also right together with Morgan Teggy. Three-way battles on both sides tonight. Let's before we get into the race, let's jump over to our standings and kind of see where everybody's at. This is our Tuesday night road racing multi-class race. We're running Indy cars and GTE cars. This is the IR18 from Dallara, which is the current IndyCar on the IndyCar circuit for 2021. And planned for 2022. We're also running the GTE class, which is the 2021 ending IMSA GTLM cars. Ferrari 488, Corvette. They've got the Porsche 911 and Ford GT and BMW M8. The two classes are well separated. They are a lot quicker running in the IndyCar. The GTE cars are very well met. As you can see, we've got a Porsche, a Ford GT, and a BMW right there together within just half a second of each other at the top. And there's a lot more cars in the GTE class tonight. Running quite a few drivers. Let's get some stat boards up here so I can get you some more information on who's where. And also go through the points. Right now, points are still together for this week, last week of this. And that's not the points I was looking for. Let's see if we can find the right one. Looks like we got 15 cars out here tonight. 15 drivers on a Tuesday night. Points for Tuesday Points Road. Here we go. After last week at Monza, Brandon Dooley holds the top spot with Philip Scott right behind, only 9-point gap. Now, if you recall last season in GTE, Brandon Dooley, Philip Scott battle it out throughout the series, just back and forth throughout the whole season. Julian Lockwood right now has the top spot in the GTE class, but right now, like I said, everybody's points are mixed. So as you look through this, Brandon and Philip are in the IndyCar. And let me see if I can get this over on the screen. I am remote, so this will be interesting if I can get this to work. Let's see if I can pull the magic off. Can it fit? We'll try it again. Okay, here we go. This is multi-talented, multi-screen. Oh, don't move that. And I need to lock them things down, so let's see what I can do. Sorry about the delay here. You aren't missing anything. We're still rocking and rolling. Let's lock these down. Okay. All right, here we go. Brandon Dooley out front after 3 races with 3 wins for Brandon. Only 9-point lead though, because as you can see, Philip Scott with 3 top 5s. That is actually 3 second-place finishes, all extremely close. Last week, with the last lap accident, pulled him back a little bit, but they were within 1/10 of a second going into the last lap. So Julian Lockwood right now holds the lead in the GTE class with Tim Allman right behind him, Michael Mooney, Morgan Teggy, all in that GTE class. I am in the 7th position overall and 3rd in the IndyCar class. Tyler Greger also running in the GTE class, along with Paul Allen, Sean Williams, Brett Elder, Joe Fierro, David's been running in the IndyCar class along with Chris. Chris has only made one of the 2 races so far. Marco's only made 1 race. That's the top 15. Paul Bilson's out there. A couple other drivers you may recognize. John Canizaro's on track tonight. But quite a bit of competition. Let's get rid of this thing out of the way so we can see the races again. And as you can see, 0.5 seconds, 0.5, that's half a second, separating the times of the top 4 drivers, all at 1:29. 1 minute, 29 seconds around this Watkins Glen track with the boot. This is not the classic boot. This one has the chicane. As you can see, I'm coming out of that. They call it a bus stop. In and out bus stop. And let's see, we've got Morgan Teggy has taken the lead so far in the practice session with the quickest time. We're only at, let's see, we got, looks like 10 minutes to go now. Morgan Teggy, Tim Allman, John Canizero at the top of the board. Morgan Teggy just cracked the 141 to the 141.999. And 2 tenths back, we see Tim Allman and then John Canizero. Tyler will be right in there with him as well, as we see in the IndyCar class. Chris Springer just threw down a lap and has taken the top spot in the IndyCar class for a 128.8. About 2.5 tenths over second place spot. I hope everybody can hear me okay tonight. I've got a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to try to validate that I can hear myself. Okay, looks like that's working pretty good. I am out on the road. I'm actually in Puerto Rico tonight, and even more Eastern than Eastern time, an hour Eastern, hour further over than that. Currently almost 10 p.m. here as we're getting started on the race. And my son is battling himself in a League of Legends game tonight. And I'm actually missing the second game of that. Hopefully they'll get that victory. They won the first one. They need 2 out of 3 to get the win tonight. Try to get some play-by-play on that. Big one. Wanted to thank our sponsors tonight. We have multiple sponsors for our race tonight, and I need to get those correctly on the screen. So give me a second to fix that. We have Last Man Standing Motorsports is our league running all this for us, and we have Stair Fittings Incorporated as the league sponsor, primary league sponsor for Last Man Standing Motorsports, helping us get everything out there and streamed. Then we have our Grandpa's Kitchen sponsor, grandpaskitchen.com, for all of your gluten-free needs. Those guys are a great little company that produces mixes and flours for all kinds of things that you might want with the gluten-free flours. Tastes great. I've tasted them myself. Cookies, brownies, breads, all the stuff. It's all great. Check them out at grandpaskitchen.com. And Stair Fittings Incorporated, our other league sponsor, they make stair parts, custom-made, super high-quality stair parts, and custom woodwork. Check them out at stairfittings.com. Appreciate everybody viewing, watching in tonight, popping in for our broadcast. We've got we have 15 still drivers on the track, getting ready to get this thing started. The practice session has a few minutes left in it. We're running about 5 minutes to go here. I'm going to try to watch this in the other screen so I can get a little better view. Hopefully you're able to watch full screen with some good quality streaming tonight. The picture actually looks pretty good. Let me make sure I have my paints turned on. Sometimes I miss that. loading up the Trading Paints app. Cars might turn white here just briefly. Just trying to make sure we have everything the way it's supposed to be as we load up the paints. Oh, a little wide there in turn 1. Paul Allen in the pink car, and Tim Allman behind him in the white, both in the Porsche 911. Tim's running some pretty quick laps out there as we watch Philip Scott go by in the IndyCar, as well as... Oh, nope. Looks like Philip Scott backed off a little bit. Maybe he wasn't on a hot lap. Tim looks like he's burning one down, though. We'll see if he can get a lap here. Oh, and goes by Paul Allen, diving down into turn 6. That's your entrance to the boot. Now this is Watkins Glen, and it's called With the Boot. If you can picture this racetrack, the section they're in right now, as they're going through the toe of the boot, you can see it on the track map. It looks pretty much like a boot. If you take that off, it just makes that top just one long corner there at turn 5. And that's how the track can be. That's a configuration you can use. But here at Last Man Standing in our road series, we throw the boot in there, give it a few more turns, and make it an 11 turn circuit. And that actually, the bus stop isn't even counted as one of those. So they call it the inner loop. Most drivers will call it the bus stop. As we see Tim finish up his lap, Tyler Greger cranking out a lap. And Tim does not improve, still a 1 minute 42 seconds, .229. In the second position tonight so far. As the drivers go up through the S's, let's see if we can get a lap around. And we'll see if we can follow Brett Elder around here. So we can follow him on a lap. He's just going through the S's now. And coming up on, exiting the S's, and be coming up on the bus stop. That was turns 2, 3, and 4, coming through the S's. And now into the bus stop. Slow down to 3rd gear for him. Pop out of there. Try not to get on the grass too much. On the throttle through turn 5 as hard as you can without going off the edge there, and then down in hard braking into the boot. Into turn 6. And then turn 7, the bottom of the boot, toe of the boot, let's say. And you can see that they're labeled on the racetrack. You can see the boot written down there. But right now we're watching number 30, and we're in the cockpit of Brett Elder's Ford GT. A couple Ford GTs out here tonight. The car's pretty fast. You'll see how it handles on this track. Whoa, and he goes wide. Well, that doesn't help me a whole lot. I was trying to get a lap around with Brett. He's going to pick it back up after the heel of the boot and turn 8 and keep it going. I think we might have a visitor. Hey, it's Mooney and Judge Dredd. How you doing, guys?
Well, we figured we'd come in here and harass the broadcast.
I didn't even talk to you today. I've been in admin for over an hour, and you haven't even talked to me. I'm really hurt. I'm taking therapy right now.
well, here on the broadcast, we're going to take a break to have a therapy session. We're calling in.
All right.
We're calling in Dr. Freud. Is it? Is that who we need?
Do we need Freud?
We can do Freud.
Okay.
We might need Freud for this one. He'll be coming in momentarily. Everybody, take a break. Go grab yourself some Grandpa's Kitchen with gluten-free brownies and stare at those dream handrails for your stair sets at their stairs and stair railings at Stairfitters Incorporated.
Looks like we have a pretty good crowd tonight.
We do have a good crowd tonight. I'm counting 15 drivers so far on track.
I'd be on, but my foot they've been hurting me lately.
Well, we're sorry to hear that you're not out there racing tonight, Judge.
That's all right.
We have a decent mix. 5 Indy cars, 10 GTE cars.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. And some definitely some fast guys in all the groups.
Yeah, we've got. It looks like up on top we have less than a half a second. So, oh no, Chris Springer just popped off another one. Oh no, that was his last lap. Sorry. Yeah, 0.3 seconds to Brandon, and then 0.7 down to Philip, and then I know Charles is right there with him. 4 guys right on top of each other.
And really, the whole field with the GTE is separated by 4 seconds, 4.2 seconds.
Yeah,
that's a tight field.
Most of the guys up at the top are actually doing really well too. I mean, it's really tight. You've got 2 seconds for the first 5 drivers, so really tight field up there in GTE. Should be a really good race tonight.
Remember in GTE, it used to be like a 12 to 20 second gap.
Yeah. It's gotten a little tighter and a little tougher. I'll tell you what. Being out there racing with them last season, I was always not in the top group. Let's see, did we just cut? Oh, we just cut over. We are just about to start qualifying.
Well, when I get back in, I'm not going to be too fast, but I'll at least be there.
Predictions. Yeah. I think there's going to be some fast laps and a few guys that have overdriven their qualifying.
Yeah. What do you think? So. Who's gonna take out the qualifying lap? Think Chris is gonna hold on, or you think Brandon or Philip might have something for him here for the low fuel soft tire run?
I think Philip, and I'm only hoping for Philip after my incident with him on last week. We'll get the pole, and then it's a tight one. Morgan, Tim, I gotta go teammate. Tim will get pole for the GTE.
There you go. There's the prediction. I'm gonna say we're gonna keep the streak alive and put. You know what? I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna say Chris is gonna take this one.
All right, I'll be back. I got phone call.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
All right. Well. I got Wesley playing his match tonight. He's won the first game and they're behind in the second game. It's a best out of 3 challenge over there at the League of Legends recruitment games. And he's in the semifinals tonight. They got to win to keep going.
Semifinals?
So
down in the second game.
For the last race. Or last game, they don't race.
Well, is he playing in both games as both hands, or is he?
Yeah, they all play in all games. It's a 5-man team.
Okay.
5-man team, and they play all 5.
All 5 play.
All 5 players play in all 3 games. So. But they got to win 2, and I didn't have enough time to do that and run the broadcast tonight. So. My internet out here in the middle of nowhere is a little slim, so I can't stream that and do this at the same time.
You are on an island.
It's funny, they have pretty much everything we have in the mainland U.S.
I believe that,
but they don't have good internet though. But maybe to them maybe 3 megabits per second is good internet. I suppose.
Possible.
Maybe not quite enough to get even a controller out and try to race, but hey, it's good for something.
It's good for making sure that the broadcast is here.
That's right. The broadcast is up. We've got a few viewers out there. How about the viewers? What do you guys think? What predictions do we have out there? We've got 6 more minutes in qualifying. Anybody going to predict who's going to take the qualifying top spot?
There is a wild card out there.
Hopped in a lap.
Canizero is out there running some quick laps, trying to find a way to get that Ford to the front.
Yep, Canizaro's running the Ford, and so is Brett Elder tonight, running the Ford GT. You're in the Porsche, I presume. I didn't actually go look. Tyler's got the quick lap right now. Looks like the GT guys haven't been able to lock anything down quite yet. Chris Springer's on the top of the podium for the IndyCar class. Viewers are quiet. No predictions from the viewers. I don't know, the GTE class. Morgan just takes the top spot by a full second over Tyler. Tim's right there, second and a half back. That's a tough one. That's a real tough call.
Even if
Morgan's always there.
Yeah.
Morgan's always there. Seems to really pull it off. If he gets out front, he can stay out front. Tim is always there, but Tim's like the master of bad luck. He'll have somebody wreck in front of him, or somebody spin out, or something. We'll see.
Oh, there's all sorts
Cannizzaro. Yeah, Cannizzaro usually does really well when he joins us in GT3. We'll see what he does tonight. You never know. But I'm gonna go with Morgan tonight. I'm gonna say Morgan's got the car, got the number, got the stability. It's like he's smooth sailing.
I think for the race, though, there's going to be a major shakeup with an incident halfway through the race. And
it'll
you'll end
happen
up with
on
a
turn one.
supply. Well, no, but there'll be a major shakeup at that point, halfway through, that'll make an unexpected winner.
That's very possible. Very possible. You know what I've noticed, though, in all the races we've done here, especially, we do get a good crowd at Watkins Glen. 15 drivers on this track is a pretty good crowd. There'll be a lot of action, a lot of passing. IndyCars will have a lot to do, hands full all night long. I think there'll definitely be an incident that could make the overall win, a different story. I do believe, from what I've seen, that GTE is going to have a hard time in turn one. This is a long straight downhill entrance into turn one at Watkins Glen. And I've seen it so many times where, they just don't hit the brakes early enough, or, the brakes are cold.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that doesn't work going into this turn, as we watch Todd Schwartz jump down in there right now in his IndyCar, goes wide. You have to use all the track. You have to be forgiving. You have to forgive. You have to be, you have to just use all the room there is. If you're on the inside, stay tight to the inside. If you're on the outside, go wide. Try to get all the cars through turn one. It will be 3 wide going into turn one for sure on lap one.
If it's not, it'll be 3 wide into turn 2, and you can't do that one.
You can't usually hold on to that one at full throttle. Somebody will have to back off. Yeah.
Turn 2
as Tim loses.
Most of turn 2 is a 2-car. I've seen that one, but it's a tight fit.
Yeah.
I think we've been a part of one of those.
We probably have. We saw Tim lose it there coming out of the bus stop. Now, the bus stop here at Watkins Glen is one of the more high-speed bus stops on the circuit. It does have the right, left, right chicane. I guess it's right, left, right chicane for the bus stop. And you don't usually have to slow down too much. I think most of the time the guys are in there through third gear, fourth gear, through that chicane, trying to keep it wide open as much as possible in the GT cars. I haven't raced this in an Indy car, so I'm not sure what you can do there, but it looks like the guys are running through that pretty quick. But make one mistake on exit, and you catch that concrete curbing wrong, or you catch a piece of grass coming on the exit, and that wall across the other side of the track will come up on you real quick. Now tonight, this is iRacing. This is not real cars. We are actually not in real cars. Believe it or not, Mooney, you're not in a Porsche 911 RSR. You are in a simulated Porsche 911 RSR.
That takes the load off. I don't have to pay for this when I wreck it later.
That car costs you $11.99. You can wreck it all you want.
That's the same price I paid for the Ford. It's a deal.
There you go. What a steal. It's a bargain at half the price. So we're winding down here. We got a minute to go in qualifying, and then they're going to be able to finish their laps. And so far, Chris Springer on the top by a full second over Philip Scott, and Morgan Teggy 0.6 over John Canizero. Tim cannot seem to lock down a lap. I think he'll be there. He might be on the front row if he can get one, but he is still trying hard to lock one down, and he is out on track right now. This will be the final lap, as they are less than a minute away from coming across the line the last time, as we watch Todd Swartz come down the front stretch. Finishing his lap, he is a little bit behind the rest of the team by 4 seconds. We'll see if he improves there. And it doesn't look like he does. Charles Baldwin still up there. John Canizero still running strong there in the Ford GT. Anybody crossing the line right now, including the 56 of Chris Springer and the 99. Oh, nope. 99 pulls it over and parks it. So Philip Scott is done. He's going to take his P2 9/10 of a second back from Chris Springer and try to hold on for a front row. We have the 14 car is also in the pits, so that is the running order for the GT or the IndyCar class, with Chris Springer out front, then Philip Scott, Charles Baldwin, and the GT class, Morgan Teggy out front. Tim has a chance coming through turn 10 right now. He's following Sean Williams, shouldn't hold him up as they come around the final corner, turn 11, down the front straightaway. See if Tim can throw anything down here. He goes nice and wide on the exit, looking strong down the front straightaway, and his time is good enough for third. Moves up ahead of Tyler. Sean is in the 5th spot, then Brett Mooney, Paul Allen, Marco Garcia, and our points leader, Julian Lockwood, has made it into the session at the last possible moment. No, he hasn't. He's been in here. He's not been running too many laps, so hopefully he's got some practice in it.
He got some practice. He must not have gotten a good qualifying lap.
Yeah. Well, he didn't get it. Yeah, he couldn't get a clean one. So
yeah.
I'm going to be right back. I am going to take just a quick 2-minute break, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, we're back live on the air as they're gridding up out here.
You enjoy yourself.
Drivers.
I'm going to go cause havoc with the other drivers.
Okay, well, have a good time out there, Mooney. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And may the best driver win.
Either in good or bad spirits in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. Big thanks to Mooney for coming up to the booth. It's going to be an interesting night tonight. Chris Springer did indeed get the pole. Philip Scott right beside Charles Baldwin, Brandon Dooley, Todd Swartz. Morgan Teggy has the top spot in the GT class with John Canizero right next door in the number 17. You can see that black and blue number 17 right there on the track in the front of the GT class. They're going to do a lap around, and then they're going to go green. So here come the drivers. They have about 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes to load up onto the grid. Let's them go into the pits, make some last-minute adjustments. Some of them run special setups for qualifying, lower fuel, different spring rates, make the car a little looser to go a little quicker around the track, taking the chance at not doing well. But they take that chance of slipping and sliding off the track so they can get the best lap. If you can lock it down and do it well, then then you get the pole. If not, then you are chasing everybody else. So just a few moments. We're waiting for a couple more drivers to grid up here. We've got 8 of the drivers. In the GT class, 2 are missing. I'm not sure what's up with Tim and Julian. Not on the grid. Tim just gets in before the lights, and I believe the safety car's out there. I don't think this is a standing start. Nope, safety car's out there. We're going to roll around one time. So, as we can see, the groups have separated themselves a little bit. The IndyCars are up front. And a couple second gap, about 4 seconds back to Morgan and the GT cars. Pace car is leading the field around. We're going to do 1 pace lap, and then the pace car is going to duck in right after turn 11. We're going to slowly roll down pit straight, and then they're going to nail the gas about halfway down, which gives them plenty of time to go too fast and get too close together and get a draft and everything else you need to make complete mayhem going into turn 1. So we'll see how this goes. I want to do another big thanks to our sponsors, Stair Fittings Incorporated, for putting out all the resources necessary to make sure we have these broadcasts out on the air for you guys to watch. I know a lot of the drivers review these races afterwards to see how they did. We've got really good racing action this year. This is race number 4. And this is the last race they get to move around. Once you pick your car next week, that is your car. IndyCar only has 1 car, but it's the IndyCar. If you pick the IndyCar next week, that's the car you're driving. You will not get any more points in the other class, as well as GT. If you're in the GTE class, you have to stay in the GTE class. And those cars will be the ones that are assigned for the GTE class. Now, in GTE, whatever car you're racing next week, that is the car you have to race for the rest of the season. So if you're in the Porsche 911 RSR, then you run the Porsche 911 RSR for the rest of the season. Now, a win in one of these races is the equivalent of 36 points. If you can do it without any incident points, that's no off tracks, no contact, no mistakes, then you get an extra 5 points. So maximum points for the leader is 41 points in a race. So if you can get 41 points, that puts you out in front. There's a 3-point gap down to second and another 2 down to third. So you can gain that many points in a single race. But if you change cars one time during the season, you will lose more than the equivalent of a full-on win in the series. So in GT, you cannot change your car during the season. So if you're in like the Ford GT for next week's race, that's the car you have to be in, or you have a 50-point penalty. Here we are going around turn 11. The safety car is going to dive in. The Indy cars are going to take off. Safety car goes down. Indy cars roll along, and it's green. It is green as we watch the GTE cars coming around turn 11 as well. They are under full power, and they are coming down that front. Oh, and Tim Allman spins and hits the pit lane. That is going to be tragic for Tim. He is dropping back in the field, and hopefully he didn't get a black flag for that illegal pit entry. We'll see if he can recover from that. If he's only lost a few seconds, that's not that big of a deal. Chris Springer, Philip Scott, and they did make it through turn 1. All the GTE cars in a line down through the pit straight and across turn 1. Right now, John Cannizzaro looks like he may have gotten the lead. He did get the lead going through turn 1 with Morgan Teggy right behind. Chris Springer out in front of Charles Baldwin. Philip Scott are 1, 2, 3 in the Indy cars. Now Chris and Charles are right together. right now. And then the second pack is Philip Scott. Oh, that's Chris Springer, Charles Baldwin. Yep. And then the second pack is our series leaders. Philip Scott, followed by Brandon Dooley. And newcomer this week is Todd Schwartz in the number 13 car as they go into turn 9. We're about to finish up lap number 1. Looks like Morgan Teggy has gotten around John Kenneth. Oh no, John. Having a hard time reading that one. Looks like John is still barely out in front as they go out of the boot through turn 9 with Morgan Teggy right behind. Tyler Greger, Sean Williams, Brett Elder, Michael Mooney, Julian Lockwood made it on the track. May have started from the pit lane. Tim Allman made up a spot already, but 9 seconds off the lead. He's got some work to do to catch up. A little too cold on that turn 1 and made that mistake and come around. Hopefully no damage for him. He'll be able to catch up. Starting to be a little bit of a gap between the top 2. Chris and Charles are pulling away as they go through the inner loop. And then again, Philip Scott. Oh, as we have John Canizaro spins in turn 1. Not sure if he had any help there. But John is off track and dropped back to 7th position, getting in front of Tim as he gets back out on track, and Tim goes by through the S's. Easy pass there, and looks like the 55 of Paul Allen has had some issues somewhere. He is back in the pack. Way back. He's almost about to get lapped by the leaders. So Morgan now has sole ownership of the lead. Tyler Greger very close behind. Sean Williams, Brett Elder, Michael Mooney make your top 5 in the GT class. Chris Springer and Charles Baldwin definitely checked out from the field. They have a gap of about 3. Let me see if I can get some control here. As we'll take a peek at the 3rd place driver, and that shows us the gap to first at 4 seconds, at 4.5 seconds. So Chris and Charles have put in the setup for the early game. Philip and Brandon may be playing the long game. Let's see how that works out. Let's see. And Paul Allen is in the pit lane, so he may have had some damage, may have had an issue with his car. Morgan Teggy still out in the front. There goes Chris, followed by Charles. Down into the boot, through the toe, and back out again. These guys are setting a blistering pace already. Last lap time in race trim at 1:29.1. It's extremely fast for our leader, Chris Springer. Back down into the field as we watch the GT cars go up through the backstretch. And Paul Allen is back out on track. He is a lap down now. As you can see from the relative screen on the bottom, as we look at Brett Elder's cars, he catches up with Paul. You can see how Paul's name is blue. When you're blue, that means your car is 1 lap down to the leader. If you are red, then you are 1 lap up on the car we're looking at. So from Julian's perspective, the leader's coming up behind 30 seconds back. Those guys are a lap ahead, or will be when they get there. And the cars around him are white, with Paul Allen being blue. Now, Paul's really good at this racetrack. He must have had a mistake there early to get him a lap down. But Paul will be in the competition. He will race hard, and he will do well. He just must have had a little bobble there. This is one of Paul's favorite tracks, one of his best tracks. He'll be out there racing with us throughout the night tonight. We go back up front to Chris and Charles out on the point. They have extended that lead, and now Brandon has taken over the 3rd spot. got a secondary match going on another channel, so trying to keep up on that at the same time. We've still got 35 minutes of racing here to go. No, we got more than that. This is an hour-long race, and we're only 6 minutes in it. We still have 50 minutes of racing to go here at Last Man Standing Motorsports. This is race number 4 of the season 4 for the GTE cars, along with the Indy cars and the Multiclass series. And there's Paul Allen, Tim Allman trying to get around. Paul is a lap down. Tim gets the inside, should be able to finish that pass going here into turn 8, into the heel of the boot, as he is chasing Brett Elder in the 4th spot. So Tim, after his earlier incident, has moved himself up to 4th, and he is catching Brett Elder. Just gapped back to Paul Allen by 1.2 seconds, 1.2 seconds already as they go down the front straightaway. So Tim must have a really well set up car. Just had a little bobble right there, right before the green flag. Coming down that front straightaway, we'll see how Tim does. I'm trying to get by Brett here for the 4th position. Good battle going on as they go through the S. See if Tim can get a draft here going down the backstretch. It's a great passing opportunity as you enter the bus stop, if you can get the draft and get it working. And there he goes down to the inside. He does have a little bit of a, he does cut down in, and he makes the pass and makes it stick through the bus stop. Wow, what a great move by Tim Allman, taking the 4th position away from Brett Elder. And Tim is already on his horse. He is 1.3 seconds ahead already, and 1 second ahead already, and making that gap bigger as he disappears. As the leaders catch the GT cars, we are on lap number 5, lap number 6 for the Indy cars. And they have now caught the leaders, caught the GT cars. So we will see what happens as they filter through. Chris Springer trying to dice through the GT pack with Charles Baldwin right behind. This is the tricky part. There are 9 still on track, 9 GT cars still on the track as these guys try to filter through and get through cleanly. You cannot touch these cars together. The IndyCar is extremely delicate, but also has a lot of power. So down the front straightaway they go, and there goes Charles for the lead, diving down into turn 1 side by side. It looks like Chris has the inside advantage. Charles goes wide and holds on that wide line and takes the lead from Chris Springer as they dive into turn 1, going around. And Chris gets it back as Tim gets pinned. Charles Baldwin gets pinned behind Tim Allman. Wow, that was crazy in that little section there. They do get by cleanly. The lead swaps back to Chris Springer. Charles is probably holding his breath and cleaning up in his cockpit after that one. That was really close, but he was able to get it bowed down. No contact, no foul, and continues on the race. As we watch these two, that's our 2nd place in points. Philip Scott currently in the 3rd position, also weaving through traffic with Brandon Dooley right behind in the black and green Gallara. A big thanks to our sponsors again. I want to thank grandpaskitchen.com, Grandpa's Kitchen, for all of your gluten-free needs out here, sponsoring our races out here in iRacing World, as we watch 3rd and 4th overall get by 4th place car in the GTE class. This is going to be their race. This is going to be their fate throughout the night. The Indy cars there's only 5 of them. They're catching up, constantly going to be catching up and weaving through and sorting through the GT cars. Right now, they just got by the class leader and second place. That'd be Tyler Greger with Morgan Teggy right behind. Tyler definitely super improved on the driving abilities. Just over this last season. Season 3, he started off in the beginning of the season, and he has moved up to be one of the front runners, as he is currently leading the class in GTE. Oh, and we see Paul Allen going around in that Porsche 911 right in front of one of the Indy cars. That was right in front of our newcomer in the IndyCar class. I don't recall who our newcomer driver is. We'll get that for you here in just a second. It'll be Todd Schwartz. Whoa, 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 there's some action there. Oh, and Tyler Greger. It looks like Tyler is in the wall. I believe that's who that was. And he is still going, although I think his car's damaged. If we take a look there, Tyler going by, he might have some damage on the car. And he is showing now in the 4th spot. So a little recovery there, as we also see another car drop down the list. John Cannizzaro is back now in the 8th spot with Paul Allen in the pit lane in 9th. Cannizzaro and Paul right there. You see them parked, waiting for repairs. One fast repair tonight. So if they used it early, it's done. They haven't got any more. Back up to our points leaders. Brandon Dooley closely following Philip Scott. As we jump back out to Tim in 3rd place, trying to get another. It's him and Sean battling back and forth, and it looks like Tim has gotten by as they enter into the toe of the boot. And they come out the heel, or up the front, up the boot stretch. It's kind of a short little straightaway, a little short shoot in the middle. Tim looks like he has that position well in hand. Now off to chase Morgan Teggy. The gap there is definitely a big one. I don't think Tim's going to back off, even from a 9-second deficit. Morgan is quick, so having that spin on lap 1, you can see it really hurt Tim, even though he did get back up into the 2nd position. Not much change in the IndyCar ranks. Chris Springer still out front, but he has now stretched out a 5-second lead over Chris Baldwin. Philip Scott in 3rd position. We're still really close to Brandon Dooley as we watch the IndyCar of Todd Schwartz go through the top runners in the GT class as he gets by Tim Allman in 2nd. And it looks to me as if Tyler Greger has recovered. Doesn't look like he's had any damage. And he is back into P3 on his horse and going in that Corvette. See if he can catch back up. He's got Tim Allman a couple seconds in front of him. And I'm sure that's his goal, is a 1.8 seconds. But Tim is stretching that out a little bit. But not by much, as less than 2 seconds separate 2nd and 3rd position in the GTE class. We're going to take a quick break here and let you guys watch the action. On behalf of Last Man Standing Motorsports, this is Ron from Big Wizard TV, letting you watch along. We're going to be right back in a few minutes. Enjoy the race, and if anything happens, I'll jump back in and let you know what's going on. Welcome back, race fans. This is Ron with Big Wizard TV. After just a quick break, bringing you live action here from Last Man Standing Motorsports. We're racing at Watkins, Glen. This is the Last Man Standing Motorsports Grandpa'sKitchen.com road racing series that runs every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, is the qualifying start time. We have 14 left. 15 drivers started this race. One has dropped out, and Marco Garcia has dropped out of the race. And we have everybody else still on track. We haven't changed a whole lot since our last break. Chris Springer still out front over Philip Scott and Brandon Dooley. And they are all kind of spread out now. Chris Springer's got quite a gap as they go back through the lap traffic. John Cannizzaro is currently in the pit lane. Not sure if he's stuck there the rest of the race or if he's going to get back out. As our second place car in the IndyCar class goes in for a pit stop, I'm guessing. Oh, and that's what happened to Charles Baldwin last lap, which is why he is not up front. Chris Springer is dragging it one more time around with the fuel load he's got, as he's coming up behind Sean Williams to pass him for a second time. You just hope, as the IndyCar, that you go down inside the corner like we just did. You just hope that the GT car knows you're there. It's not like you have headlights or anything you can kind of warn them or tell them you're around. You just kind of dive down in, and there it is. So you have to play it as best you can. As he comes up on Mr. Mooney, who's running currently in the 6th spot in class. So, as we watch Brandon, and now back up to Chris up in the front as he goes around Tyler Greger, who is currently in 3rd, trying to catch up with Tim Allman. Tim looks like he's gotten his groove down and is slightly gaining on our leader, Morgan Teggy, but not by much. Still about a 9-second gap there. Pretty even up at the front. So if Morgan is mistake-free, Morgan has the opportunity to take this one. But we are far from the end. We're only 14 minutes in and 14 laps out of 40 as we watch Brandon go across the line, starting his lap number 15 in 2nd spot, and they're still going. So not sure if Chris or if Charles and Philip are playing the strategy game. We'll find out soon, as those guys have already come in for their pit stop. Oh, now Charles is back. Ooh, Charles is back. Charles was right there. Charles is off track and has left the server. Something happened. Something happened to Charles, and we lost him. So we're down to 4 on the IndyCar class. We still have most of the drivers out there doing really well so far. Chris Springer still out in front, 20-second gap over Brandon. Neither one of them have come in for their pit stop yet. Philip Scott has pit, and he's 40 seconds back off the lead. And Todd Swartz still not pit yet. He is 60 seconds off the lead. Charles Baldwin went in on lap 12 and then again on lap 14. And I believe that he must have had an incident that ended his race. Now, John Cannizzaro is still in the pit lane. He hasn't pulled out of there yet, so he looks like he's in for the night. And then 1, 2, 3, 6. I'm thinking I'm only seeing 6. We'll have to check this out. 6 drivers, 7 drivers in the GTE class still in the race. Let's take a peek. And we'll watch Mooney go around, and it does look like 8. John Cannizzaro is in the pit lane. Paul Allen and Marco Garcia have retired from the race. and see if Chris and Brandon come in this time by. I think that was an early strategy for Philip, and we'll see if it works out for Todd. Oh, Todd did not go in. Charles was the other one that tried to come in early. I think that was a short pit strategy to try to pit early. Now, the Indy cars run through fuel a lot quicker. So in a 60-minute race like these are, there's times when the Indy cars have to pit 2 times. So I'm not sure tonight. I don't have my Indy car in hand, but Chris is now in the pit lane. So he did go a couple laps farther, and Brandon also has come in. Oh, Brandon went in lap 16. So Chris in on lap 17. Todd Schwartz is still out there for now, as Chris is back out on the track after his pit stop and moving along again up through the S's right behind the Porsche 911 RSR of Tim Allman, who is currently holding on to P2 with 9-second gap. Morgan Teggy. Tyler Greger is just a few seconds behind, 3 seconds, 4 seconds behind Tim. As Tim is, as we see that was Sean Williams, as he gets passed and lapped by IndyCar driver Philip Scott, coming out of the bus stop. There's Philip, or there's Brandon, and that's Brett Elder in the other Ford GT out there tonight, as Michael Mooney in the Porsche 911 is racing side by side with Julian Lockwood. Now Julian's in P7, and this is for position on the circuit, as they're getting gathered in by Todd Schwartz, P4 in the IndyCar class. So Chris out front. Everybody's made their pit stops up front on the IndyCar group. Chris Springer, Philip Scott, 12 seconds back now is the gap, and another 14 seconds back to Brandon. Morgan Teggy out front of Tim Allman, still about a 9-second gap there. Tyler Greger back behind him. Sean Williams, Michael Mooney, Julian Lockwood. Morgan Teggy still out front. All right, back here at the action. Chris Springer, Philip Scott, 12 seconds still. No change up in the front spots. Now with 17 laps in pitting, they're definitely going to need 2 stops to get through this one. There are almost 40 laps in this. And Chris went 17, Philip only 14. Looks like Philip's trying to cut it in thirds, maybe get the correct amount of fuel to only have to carry the lightest amount possible to get through this. And now we see some of the GT cars coming in for their pit stop. It's a little early. For that stop for them. I'm going to say that either those guys are trying something. I don't think they can go 45 minutes on fuel, or possibly they've had an incident. But I'm seeing Brett Elder and Michael Mooney in the pit lane, as well as John Canizero still in there. Now Brett's back out on the track, but Brett did go in on his lap 16. Now they're already a couple laps down to the IndyCars. The IndyCars are flying around here, but that's how the multiclass works. If it is a little confusing for you watching at home, there's a lap counter right in the center of the lower portion of the screen with a red line over it. That is the expected number of laps and the lap that they're on. But remember, that is in relation to the car that you're on. So right now, the camera is watching Philip Scott in the IndyCar, and he is running his lap number 20. Now, if it switches over to a GT car, then it will change to the lap that the GT car is on. Right now, I allow iRacing to pick the most exciting car to watch, and it is picking Philip Scott, running down some laps. Gained 1 second on the leader on that last lap as he gets by Sean. Sean looks like he's got some damage to the front of that Ferrari. It doesn't look like he has a hood. As Brandon coming through the boot right in front of Morgan Teggy, our class leader. Tim Allman trying to do what he can to catch up with Morgan. As we watch our points champion, our points leader, Julian Lockwood, in third position, go down the long backstretch into the bus stop. Now Morgan is being followed by Tyler Greger by just a half a second. And you can see these guys are only on lap 18 as Philip Scott has already crossed the line for his lap 21. So there's already a 3-lap difference in the two cars. Racing action is solid. Here on our race tonight. Appreciate you guys all being on the stream, watching along. Great action tonight as Tyler is really holding his own here. He's caught up with Julian, and they've got a little battle going here for the third spot in the GT class. We'll watch this for a little bit. Unless something else pulls our camera away, this looks like the tightest battle on track at the moment, as we see the black and green car of Chris Springer. Green chrome coming up. He'll be passing them as they go down the front stretch. Now, unfortunately, for these guys in the GT cars, those Indy cars are so slippery and so low that you will not get a draft off of them. It will not happen. The Indy car just takes off and goes. And there goes Tyler. As Julian goes wide, Tyler gets by. A nice clean corner on turn 1. And Tyler takes over the third spot. Great pass. Great job. And moving along. So watch Julian try to get back at him. Julian's not going to give that up easy. He's right there. And these two drivers battling nose to tail are only 3 seconds off of Tim Allman right in front of him. So this could turn into a 3-bay battle for second if they can catch up with Tim. Typically, once Tim's in his groove, he's pretty tough to get a hold of. Tonight, these guys are holding their own and keeping it going, keeping it close. We watch Philip Scott weave through the traffic, split our third place battle in half here as he goes around turn 10. One of the tightest corners is turn 9 here. Turn 9 is one of the most treacherous spots in the race. That's the exit of the boot, and It has lost many a driver. We're watching Todd Swartz hanging on tonight, doing a really good job in this race tonight. He is back off the leaders by about a little over a minute. But, Todd running in the IndyCar class. Hopefully, I'll be able to run with him next week. Nope, not next week. I'll be off again. I'll be out here in Puerto Rico at another part of the island. Right now, I'm in San Juan, and just had the night finish up for work, and in time to jump into work or jump into the race and watch. So glad I'm able to be here with you guys. I appreciate you guys being online watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the race. Sponsored by grandpaskitchen.com and Stair Fittings Incorporated as we watch our second place points leader and second place in the race, Philip Scott, get past Morgan Teggy, the class leader in the GTE class. Let's change up the cameras a little bit, see if we can get any different angles for you. Kind of the same thing around and around here. Those are like, looks like I'm watching from the moon. Let's see what else we can get. Let's see if we can pick up some action as they drive around through the corners. Here's the start-finish line. A couple drivers going by. It's Michael Mooney. Yeah, I think that's a dead corner. Nobody's over in that area of the track. Here they come. There's Tim. Yeah, scenic cameras aren't that great, unless you know what to look for. Let's go, let's see what the chopper cam can do. Some aerial shots. The chopper's really hauling. I mean, normally you see a chopper with the camera going, you know, just steady watching over an area, but this sucker's going 180 miles an hour down the straightaway, so keeping up with all them cars. Some good views. iRacing allows us to do this with it being a simulator, get some good views of the drivers out there on track. That's Julian Lockwood, and he is out there in front of Michael Mooney and right behind Tyler Cracker. So Julian's in the 4th spot in the GTE class. And it looks like there's Tim Allman. He's in 2nd spot, just 12 seconds back. A minute and 43 seconds for a lap here in a GTE car versus about 13 seconds quicker in the IndyCar. So a minute and a half for an IndyCar. So we watch Julian come down the front stretch, Michael Mooney right behind him, and Chris Springer goes past Brett Elder down the front stretch. As Julian holds off Michael Mooney for that 4th position. 0.7 seconds separate the two drivers for P4. Julian was battling with Tyler there for a little while, and he did come in for a late pit stop and is now 50 seconds back off the lead. As you watch Chris go around Mooney another time. Still trying to keep up with our match here with my son playing League of Legends. Oh, that looked big. As my son's team is now 9-1, 9 wins to 1 win. They've got a gap on gold, and they are taking out dragons. It looks like they've got some momentum. They've got 3-1 on dragons. Exciting game. League of Legends is one of those things that you never know who's going to win until the game's over, but they do have a good advantage at the moment. Hopefully they can keep that going. Good luck to them. That is the Cloud9 training camp with League of Legends. As we watch Brett Elder go wide and let Philip Scott go by on turn 11 right down the front straight, down the pit straight. Julian also still having a little trouble, but Mooney's still not able to get by him as Philip Scott goes around Mooney up through the S's and catches up with Julian down the back straight towards the bus stop. Stream froze. That one's locking up. Can't get multiple streams going at the same time, even on 2 devices here in Puerto Rico. But internet's a little slower than normally at the house. Good thing we stream from the house. If anything were to happen during the stream to my audio feed, the stream would continue as the computer at the house is on nice, fine, stable internet and a good computer with a very nice video card. All thanks to Stair Fittings Incorporated for keeping us up and running with our computer. Any kind of updates, repairs needed have been chipped in there, even during the COVID crisis. So appreciate them for keeping us up and running. We've still got 7 cars in GTE and 4 cars in the IndyCar class. This is still going on. The battle is real. Chris Springer, 13 seconds over Philip Scott. Brandon Dooley has now made his second pit stop and is a lap down. No. It shows he is a lap down to the leader. Brandon may be a lap down. We'll have to check. Let's see if we can get some info on that. As we go over and take a look at Brandon's car here. Let's see what we can see for a gap. If he is a lap behind, according to what I'm seeing on the screen, Todd Swartz not too far behind him, but I see the leader coming up behind Todd Swartz, not lapping him. So I'm not sure what the 1 lap is, because Brandon only has a 30-second. Oh, now Todd is also showing the lap. Yeah, there's something's going on. Our leader has gotten around. Maybe Brandon and Todd got together. Maybe Brandon got together with somebody. But it looks like Brandon's chance for a victory tonight are done, as he is quite a ways back. Follow that story as the race goes on. Hopefully we'll talk to the guys after the race. And we'll keep an eye on Wesley's battle here for, it looks like he's got about an 8,000 gold lead and a 9-1 kill lead as they're trying to finish off this match. They have to be smart. You can't go in early. You can't be too aggressive and make mistakes, or you'll lose it. You can lose these games real quick. They can turn around. They do have 3-1 on the Dragons. Looks like one of the big dragons is about to come out. They're all hoarding around the jungle area, trying to figure out who's going to get it. We'll see how that goes as we continue to watch our race tonight. Watching Chris Springer go around Tyler Greger. Now Tyler has moved back up into that 3rd spot, and the race for 4th between Julian and Michael Mooney is right there tight, still within a half a second. These guys have been running nose to tail for quite a few laps now. We are on lap 25 of the GTE race of 33, so we're getting there. We are only 15 minutes to go in this competition. I'm not sure what's up with my timers on the bottom, but at the very top in the standings. Now, if you scroll around the screen here with me on Big Wizard TV, you've got the standings chart, which shows you the top 3 drivers in the class that you're not watching, and it shows you most of the field in the class you are watching. So right now we're watching the GTE class, which are the blue cars on track. So if you look at top left, the blue dots, those are the GTE cars, except for the white one, that's the one you're watching, which is Julian Lockwood. And on the right-hand side of that top screen, you can see the top three drivers in the IndyCar class, as well as the drivers in GT3 class, or GTE class, in blue. Now, we just switched over to watch Todd Swartz as he's coming up on the leader of the class, and he's also about to get lapped. There he goes. Chris Springer goes by, and Morgan Teggy stays out front. Now, here's Chris, the 2 class leaders coming up on each other, and Chris being very patient. He's got plenty of time on his lead to be patient over Philip Scott, and then Morgan can just continue along without any incident. And we'll see if there he goes. That was our new Todd Swartz, our new IndyCar driver, being very patient as he lets the drivers go. Oh, and my kids' team just picked up another Dragon. They probably have Baron. If they have Soul and a 13-2 lead, this game is probably going to be over soon. As well as the race, as we are in the 29th of 38 laps. But then Todd is a couple laps down, so there's about probably 6 to 7 laps to go. Let's see, we'll jump up on the leader here, see what we got going on. Chris is number 56. Jump up to his car, and now we can easily see from the leader that we are on lap 31 of 40. So 9 this lap time around. He's almost done with this one, and then 8 more to go. They have now made their final stops. Chris has not. Chris does have to come in one more time. Will he do it right now? He is in the pit entrance. He is in the pit lane. Hopefully he got everything just right. Now, if you go in there too quickly, it's a 40-second hold penalty, and that is enough to change the lead here and give Philip Scott the lead. Now, it's going to be close. Philip plays the strategy game a lot. He pit last lap. He's now coming through turn 9 as Chris is getting fuel. Doesn't take too long, and he's out of the pit lane well ahead as Philip Scott comes around turn 11, and he enters. What? Whoa, Chris spins around, does a 360, exiting pit lane, gets back on the gas right in front of Philip Scott. It is now going to be a race. We've got 8 laps to go, and the battle is now on, as the gap between first and second is only going to be 1.5 seconds. Philip Scott just begging for his victory here. He definitely wants this win, and we'll see if he's got enough. We'll keep an eye on this battle as they go. Let's switch back to the regular TV1 camera view, and we'll watch these guys go around. But this is a lot closer than Chris wanted it to be, and much closer than Philip expected it to be. So let's keep an eye on this one as it goes to the finish. And you can see them now as they enter into more of the lap traffic of the GT class. Chris probably did tires and is, loose, cold tires coming out of the pit lane as he goes around Tim Allman, who is second in class, and sets his sights on staying out in front. Philip Scott can kind of smell that blood in the water 1.5 seconds back, but Chris just has that ability to stay out front. His lap times are just so much cleaner, so much smoother. And if Chris did get new red tires, those are the alternate tires. Those are the ones that have more grip. You can see the red stripes on the side of them as they go by. And Philip is trying all he can. I can just see that gap getting bigger and bigger. It is now 2 seconds as they go back into turn number 1. And Philip goes wide, tries to gain some more. 1.8 coming up through the S's. It's close. And the battle rages on here. But Team Blue is in on the Nexus. They are battling away. This does not look good. This looks great for my son's team, though. They are going to try to do it. They have to get out of there, though. They're going to get... Oh, they took out the main player. No, that looks like it. They just took him down. The Nexus is under attack. Oh, they left the game, and that's it. My son's team has won. They are going to the finals. That was the semifinal match. Unbelievable. All right. We've got just 7 laps to go. Chris is back out front now with a 3-second lead. Looks like Chris has got this one in hand. As we watch, really hard to tell what I'm watching. That far away, Todd Swartz coming down the front stretch, getting by Sean Williams again in the GTE car. I gotta send out a quick message out to my son, telling him congratulations. That was an absolute beautiful, beautiful win. All right, we're coming down to the wire. We've got 5-6 to go. We're watching Brandon. Brandon has dropped back a little bit, a lap down from the leader. Philip Scott is definitely going to get more points this week than Brandon, but not enough to close that 9-point gap. Not this week alone. But you can definitely tell that Chris Springer is in this for the race. He is in this to win races. And he is going to do that here as he gets by Brett Elder going down the pit straight with Todd Schwartz in tow in the IndyCar class. And that puts 4 to go, 5 to go. That's lap 35 for Chris. So 5 to go as they go around Michael Mooney, coming up through the S's. Todd Schwartz taking it easy, being nice and patient. He has got nothing to lose. He's in 4th spot. He's a couple laps down to the leader, and he has no reason to challenge or push anywhere that would cause damage to him or his car. But wow, what a great run for Chris Springer. Come out of the pits and had a little incident and then just got on his horse and took off. Chris has taken that lead from Philip again, and now he's got clear track. Chris has plenty of clear track in front of him. He's got a long time before he's going to catch 3rd place Tyler Greger in class. And he'll probably catch Tyler before he catches Philip. I don't think he'll put Philip a lap down. Philip did have to come in and make a late pit stop on that last lap, and is now he's about a half a lap in front of the leader. Whoa, 56. Where'd he go? 56 has left the server. The 56 car is not... There he is. Woo! Not sure what happened there. Hopefully that was just a glitch and it didn't mess up his lap. It looked like he got back on the server before he crossed the finish line. So Chris is still out front, yeah. wow, that was a little sketchy. When they disappear like that, you don't know what happens, but it looks like Chris made it back in the server before the start-finish line. If you cross the start-finish line while you are out, like every once in a while, I mean, it's internet, right? I mean, we're racing on the internet. These aren't real cars at Watkins Glen. This is internet. You can tell because that guy standing in that corner never moves. It's just a digital image. And I've seen it before where a driver will blip out, like their internet goes out for a minute. They have a little pause on the internet. And when that happens, they disappear on the screen. You can't see them for a minute. So they just kind of blink out. That was a long blink from our leader, Chris Springer. And if you cross the start-finish line while you're blinked out, there's a chance that that lap will not count, that you'll miss that lap and you'll go a lap down. And that would have been tragic for Chris because that would have put him even with Brandon and not in the hunt with Philip. And Philip would have been able to take that win just because of a computer glitch. Now, we don't award points based on what would have happened if there was not a computer glitch. It's part of iRacing. It's part of the simulator racing that we do. It's happened to all of us, and it can happen at any time. You just have to be aware, and hopefully it doesn't happen during a big important race. So, this being race number 4 is not a big important race, but every race is big when Chris is one race down, as he's only got 3 races counted now, where the other guys have 4. He's got some ground to catch up, and I think these wins are a good way to catch that up. So just about 3 to go. As we watch Brandon go by, Chris out there in the first spot, and he still has a lot of clean track. He's still got about a quarter, maybe a fifth of the track before he catches up with second place in the third place in the GTE class, being Tyler Greger. Now Tyler and Tim are still right there together, and Morgan just out in front. That battle is still close enough, but at the same time far enough out that it probably will not change without some type of incident. We can go up front here we'll jump in, take a peek at the second place car in the GTE class, and that'll give you the relative screens, and you can see that down here in the bottom right, Morgan is 5 seconds ahead and Tyler is 3 seconds behind. And you can watch the gap there for the P2 position, as Morgan is cruising along with a pretty good pace, staying about the same, and Tyler is closing that gap slightly. So maybe Tyler had a little bit different setup. Maybe it's just a 1/10 of a second here or there, and one of them has an advantage. You can definitely tell that Morgan is starting to, at least holding his ground. These guys are going to be trying to push, but 6 seconds is a lot to make up in just a few laps. These guys are on lap 33 and 35. This time by, they will probably get their white flag. We'll jump up to Morgan's car as he's coming around. Turn 10, turn 11, and down the pit straight. This is either their white flag or 1 to go. I don't see the flag pop up on the screen, so we'll jump back over to Chris Springer, and this time we'll probably, let's see what he's got running for laps. They say he's going to run 40. He's on 38. He's coming across the start-finish line now. This should be his white flag right here, as Chris crosses the line with 1 lap to go. And the battle to Tim is still, from Morgan to Tim, is still 5.5 seconds, and Tyler's still 3 seconds back of that. Everybody runs smooth and clean here at the end, and we'll have a nice clean finish. With Chris taking a win. He's got about a half a lap to go as he goes through turn 5 and down into the boot. One of the dangerous sections of the track here in the boot. easy to make a mistake. He's just got to keep it clean, keep it smooth. He's got over a 45-second lead to Philip Scott in second place. He's just got to keep it clean and get to the end. Now, if that might have not been the white flag lap. This might be it now, and he is going to catch Tyler right about where they get through the boot here. He's not that far behind Tyler Greger. So if they do have one more to go, we'll kind of keep an eye on this. If it is a full 40 laps, then we're on lap 39 now. As he's catching up to Tyler in turn 10, probably catch him right at the start-finish line, or right before. And we'll see if we can see that little guy waving his little flag. There it is. There's the white flag. You can see it in his hand, waving it like crazy. And this is it. Last lap as we go around. This is the final lap of the race. Everybody gets their white flag based on the leader. So if Chris gets around second place Tim Allman, then this is Tim's also last lap, even though he didn't see the white flag. But as he goes by on the short chute into the bus stop, Tim will now be on his final lap of the race. And Chris has clear track heading towards Morgan Teggy. Morgan, who's just about lapped. He's right behind Mooney. And Chris is probably going to be, knowing Chris, we'll watch, but knowing Chris, he's probably going to be pretty content sitting right there behind Morgan. He has have quite a gap. He may try to get by a car here on this little short chute, but I'm not sure he'll push it. I don't think he likes all the excitement at the end of a race. So he may just hang there unless he has a real clean place to pass like that. Goes around Morgan. So this is Morgan's final lap now. And then Mooney doesn't want him to pass, probably telling him not to pass. But as you know, Chris's car is a lot faster than Morgan's, so he may pass him. Oh, down the front stretch. He stays behind Mooney so Mooney can have one more lap and finish on the lead lap. Great win for Philip Scott. Let's watch second place, or great win for Chris Springer. Sorry, great win for Chris Springer. Let's watch Philip as he comes around and finishes his lap as he's in the boot. Chris Springer, the victor tonight. First win of the season. Second race of the season. Third counting points race of the season. Great job for Chris. Wow, what a great race. Ran clean all the way through. Morgan Teggy has taken first place in the GTE class. Let me run down to the guys and see if I can get a couple of them up here to the booth to talk about the victory.
Through the raceway.
That's what happened to me last week at Monza. I was leading and
Philip, second place tonight. Chris, wow, Chris, that was amazing. I can't believe the race you guys had. You and Charles nose to tail for the first few laps. That was really impressive. Very exciting. You guys caught the pack. I'm like, no way are they going to get through these guys clean. And you just zipped right through them. It was great. So much fun to watch.
yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah, that was the start of that race. I saw, Philip and Brandon, they fell back a little, and I was looking at the relative. I'm like, Baldwin, where'd this guy come from? And I mean, he stuck it to me for several laps, and I was trying to figure out, how was this guy so fast? And then one of those times when we got up to lap cars, he got past me. I saw he had the red sticker tires on. So I was like, okay, so if I just pace myself, his tires are going to wear off here, about halfway through the stint, and it shouldn't have an issue. But I was using my push to passes those first 5-6 laps, just trying to get away from him. And every time I look in my mirror, there he was.
He's right there. Yeah, he was right there tagging along with you.
Yeah, I hadn't
Great race in the beginning.
Yeah, I hadn't really done much with the black tires, and I I just wasn't comfortable on them at the start of that first stint, and then all of a sudden, like halfway through the stint, then I just turned on and I was a slightly faster pace, and then I just had to chip away little by little, and I was like
Yeah.
11, 12 seconds back, and then I tried the undercut with the red tires, and then Chris
I saw
spun.
your strategy. I saw
Yeah.
you go in early. That
Yeah.
was a good one.
Yeah. Then Chris spun, and then I was within 2 seconds, and it was so hard to try to push and stay.
That was so cool. I was
in the push.
I was watching Chris. I had the stream on Chris, and we were watching him. And he was like, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds out in front. We're like, oh, he's got this. Oh, he's got to make a pit stop. We'll watch him come in the pits. And Brandon, or not Brandon, Philip, you got on the front straight. You got on the pit straight just as he exited the pit lane. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's got a whole straightaway, no problem. And we're watching Chris's car, and all of a sudden I'm looking and like, his car's backwards.
I'm in VR looking back at turn 1, like, where is he? Where is he? Come on, car, get straight, go. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I about stepped on it. Just want to thank Stair Fittings Incorporated and Grandpa's Kitchen for sponsoring the race tonight.
Yeah, we're glad to have them on board as our sponsors.
Yeah,
nice to keep these things on the air and keep things rolling for us here at Last Man Standing.
Sure. Yeah, the issue, I think, I wanted to get those tires warmed up, absolute all out. I ended up getting the fastest lap of the race, I think.
Yeah, you did. It was a 28.251. So I saw that, and I'm like, the last couple laps, I'm like, should I try it? Or am I taking too much life off these tires? I'm just going to completely throw the race away.
Yeah,
I got down to a 4.79, and that was, I'm like, no, it's not getting any quicker than that.
Yeah, 2 laps. I think it was 2 laps between when me and you pit, and by the time I pit, and then I was like right behind you. It was just so hard to keep up with you. I was going as hard as I possibly could on just completely overheated tires, and then
we have to put out a big shout out too for our GTE class winner tonight, Morgan. Not only did Morgan take the field, and Morgan, I think you were close. I'm pretty sure you were pretty close to lapping. Was it P6 in class?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Mooney, who was right in front of Chris laid off and didn't pass him right at the end, but allowed you to go across the line right behind him, which actually shortened your race by a lap by letting Chris in front of you there at the last corner. But
I was wondering what happened there.
yeah, you didn't get a white flag. You got a checkered flag. But 0 incidents for Morgan. That's going to be huge. That's going to give you an extra 5 bonus points on the end of the race. But sweet ride, clean race all night. You stayed out in front. Nobody could touch you.
Hey, thanks
really,
for the shout.
Really good run. Yeah. And Tim, I don't know what happened there at the end, but Tyler, did you get by him or what was that? You stuck past.
I think he was running out of fuel.
Okay. Playing the fuel game.
He didn't account for fuel.
Okay, yeah, you guys had to go that extra lap.
Left.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great run for you too. You fell back.
I had one of the Indy cars dove to the inside of me through turn 10, and I caught the grass and spun.
I saw that. I saw it looked like you hit the nose and took a little arrow off the front, but you must have got it fixed fairly soon after. That may have been Charles because he left the race soon after that.
Yeah, I got dove on, and I was like, you really had to dive me there, like.
Yeah, turn 10's not a good dive point.
Nah, I mean he could have waited, until coming out of 11.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was. I don't want to say it was him, but
it was somebody.
It's tight. I mean, especially when you got that discrepancy. I mean, you're talking about a minute and a half versus a minute and 43 were the lap times. I mean, you got 13-second gain on just a little over a minute and a half track.
Right.
That's a huge gain. That's like a 10% advantage. so those guys are flying around you. And what I loved about this race, and I was able to call the whole race. It was really cool. What I loved about it was when the pack was tight, like when all the GT cars were together and all the Indy cars caught them, you guys had to weave through them. And watching the patience and everything. And Chris, you and Charles did this once where you got pinned in behind Tim. I mean, pinned in hard. No, he did. He got around you going around somebody, and then he come up on Tim off those S's, and he had to slam on the brakes not to hit Tim. And you went flying back by.
I got back around him.
Yeah, that was really cool. So a lot of great action out there tonight. Man, that was fun to watch. I think I'm going to just stop racing altogether and just do these.
I like when you're able to call the whole race. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it is fun, and I enjoy it. I mean, I'm out on the road. I'm actually in Puerto Rico tonight, so
ooh,
I'm
Is
off.
that all?
Yeah,
only Puerto Rico.
It's not. It's work, right? So I flew in. I landed at midnight. I had to go into work at 8:00 the next morning. So I went in and I went to work. I was there until like 4 in the afternoon. Then I had to go back in at midnight. I stayed until 4. Then I had to go back in at 10. And I stayed until 6. And then I had to jump out here and watch the race and get the race ready. So it's not like it's been like a party or anything. I've been in my hotel room and in the casino the whole time since I've been here. I managed to sneak out yesterday, go to the grocery store. I bought a bag of apples and a 6-pack of Sprite Zero. And the Hostess cupcakes that are just gone already. So, but great race tonight. Just another shout out here to my son's League of Legends. They're doing a Cloud9 training camp right now, and they won the semifinal round tonight. They are going to the finals. They are battling for the victory. They're undefeated. They haven't lost a single match in the whole tournament. And if they win, they all get special custom Cloud9 like gaming chairs.
Nice.
They're like $700 gaming chairs. He's got one more match to win.
That's awesome.
Man, I bet he's ecstatic right now.
Oh man, the battle was so cool. I was watching, so I got my phone and I'm watching his match as I'm calling the race. I couldn't not watch his match. It was awesome. It was a great match. They won the first game, lost the second game, and came back and just stormed the third game.
Wow.
But they get it's a training camp, so there's like 10 teams, and they all get a coach from Cloud9. So it's actually from the Cloud9 esports team coaching them and helping them, with strategies and maneuvers, and they have to train and figure out, because when I don't know if you know League of Legends, but you don't always get it'd be kind of like if you're really good at the vet and you're really good at the Porsche and somebody puts you in the Ford. They can take your good stuff away and they get the race what you can get. But yeah, it was, oh man, such a cool night watching you guys race and him getting his victory. Great all around. So congrats again to Chris. Super clean. We'll have to see how many of those wins you need. You need to start getting some of those 0Xs to make up the points difference. I think you missed a race, Chris. So.
Yeah, I was out of town last week, but I had a 0X until that spin coming out of the pits. I was counting on getting some bonus points, and I ruined that. And I thought I had the fastest lap, and Phil went and took that from me. So,
well, in this one, you only get the 5. The only way to get points is the clean. In Formula One, you get the 1 point for fastest lap once we start that season next week. So, yeah, a little bit different, because if you look at Formula One rules, that's the only extra point they get in Formula One. But with our IndyCar series, it's following what we've been doing over the last few seasons with GT, and GTE has the only bonus being the 5 for 0X. And I contemplated dropping that down to a lower number, because we only get 2 for GT3, but I think that has made the championship races so much closer and so much better when you get that 0X. It's so good. That's 5 whole bonus points. That's like a 3 or 4 positions depending on where you are in the final standings that you gain just from bonus points. So been really exciting. So big thanks to grandpaskitchen.com for putting this on for us, being our Tuesday night sponsor, and for Stair Fittings Inc. This is Ron from Big Wizard TV. Hoping you enjoyed our show tonight. We're going to say goodnight. Thanks everybody for joining in, and have a good night. Keep the wheels on the bottom, and we'll see you on the next one.